Hello and welcome back to the USA Dynasty. We are in the regular season finale this episode as we'll be taking on the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns, followed up with potentially the best team in our conference, the Arkansas State Red Wolves. First, we got to take on the Ragin' Cajuns though, who are also pretty darn good. This is definitely the best part of our schedule here at the end. Ragin' Cajuns come into this one 8-3, 6-1 on the season. So they are still fighting for a chance to get to the Sun Belt Championship. But Duke Watson looking to dash those hopes as he had 343 yards and 6 touchdowns in the last game. We'll start off on 2nd and 9 as this throw underneath to Jake Godfrey will net us 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3. Now in that power eye, pitch out Duke Watson. And he's got the edge. We're already running it. He cuts inside and Watson down inside the Lafayette 40-yard line. That's a 28-yard run on his first carry of the game. Now the unbalanced I form. Handoff Kenyon Clay up the middle, running over a tackler. And that'll be a big gain. 2nd down and 4. Zimbabwe in motion. We flip it to him. And we like to run all these unbalanced formations. So we can run it sometimes towards the inside of the field, sometimes towards the boundary. 3rd and 8 now, however. And this throw over the middle. Caught Corey Milner. That's a 15-yarder for the first down. 1st and 10 inside the 15. This throw to the end zone caught Jalen Mbakwe on the comeback. And the Jaguars quickly strike on the road. So we have been trying to find new ways to score. We obviously can score very easily on the ground. We've been trying to do it through the air. And today it will be mostly attempted on the ground for the Ragin' Cajuns. Arnold Barnes III, their star player. He gets this carry on 1st down. And that'll be a 5-yard run. We have definitely struggled to contain high caliber running backs. Now 2nd down and 5. This throw is caught. That's Jabari Smith down to the 37. No longer playing basketball, it would appear. 1st and 10 play fake. This one's caught this time. That's Russell Babineau, the slot wide receiver. He's down the midfield. Handoff now to Barnes. And he's got a 1st down run. We really do struggle with these running backs, and they should take advantage of that and run the ball heavily this game. Slows down our pace too. This throw downfield on the corner route inside the 10. Christian McIntyre, the tight end. Now jumbo package out of the pistol. Play fake and sacked. Tyler Thomas was all over that one. And he takes down AJ Maddox. Now 3rd and goal at the 12. Throwing this one. Caught in the flats. And short of the touchdown for Christian McIntyre. So the Ragin' Cajuns settle for 3. This throw into the flats. Godfrey stepping out of bounds at the 40. We've been running a lot of that RPO. Now throwing this one again to Godfrey. It's a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 6 at the 44. Handoff. Duke Watson up the middle. Watson bouncing this one outside. And he gets down to the 43. We've been running him in between the tackles more and more as well. Now throwing this one outside on the corner. Caught Corey Milner. Our trio of wide receivers are so good, and Ryan Rivers is perfect so far. Now this throw contested but caught. Rod Gibbs with the reception. That'll be 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Flip to Jake Godfrey. Godfrey cutting this one inside, and he'll get down inside the 5-yard line. Now 3rd and goal at the 6. Rivers throwing this one out. That is caught. Godfrey, but he steps out at the 3. And it'll be 4th and goal. We'll go for it. Toss play, Duke Watson, and it's well covered. Does not get to the edge because the edge was blown up. So turnover on downs. Now the Cajuns back on offense, and it's a 9-yard run on first carry of the game. Now 2nd down and 9 to 17. Throwing this one that is caught. Kind of out of the backfield it looked like there. Russell Babineau with the reception. And apologies, it's not actually AJ Maddox. I think he's hurt. This is actually... I'm not sure who this is. They don't have the names on the back of their jerseys. It says RJ Moss gets the sack, and we will get the ball back. I'll have to try to see. I think it's Jake Roberts, I believe. 3rd and 8 back on offense now for the Jaguars, and this throw is missed. So we would attempt a 56-yarder. Kick is up, and it goes wide right. Had the distance, but Davis Little cannot nail it through. So 3rd and 9 back on offense for the Cajuns now. And that is Jake Roberts, I can confirm. Throwing this one out. Barnes nearing a 1st down, but it's still going to be 3 yards short and no punt. So the offense has come to a stall now as Watson takes this up the middle. Watson hits the Jets and he will be gone. If the safety takes a bad angle, you're not catching him. Watson in between the tackles. It doesn't matter if we toss it outside or if we run it up the middle. He scores. Best player in the nation, and it's not particularly close. So this handoff now to Barnes outside. Well, going inside, but then cutting it out. He'll get about 11 yards. Now first and 10 at the 34. Play fake to Barnes. Throwing this one out. It's caught. And it'll be another 9-yarder. Louisiana's been getting the chunk plays. They've just had 2 bad drives now. Another chunk play here. This one caught down at midfield. Jabari Smith. Now second and 10. Handoff. Barnes. Look at the space he's got. Another 9-yard gain. Their yards per play are insane. Third and 1 now. Handoff. No, play fake. And it's almost intercepted. Hit off the head of Deuce Vance and then almost caught off the deflection. Louisiana is able to squeeze a field goal out of it. What a bungled play that was. So first and 10 at the 32. Probably last drive of the half. Rivers throwing this one up. He has Mbakwe with a step and he throws him out of bounds. Oh, that was a touchdown. Third and 5. Rivers outside. Finds Corey Milner. A nice throw. That was a really tough throw right there. Now third and 10 at midfield. It's a screen pass. Duke Watson. He's got some blockers ahead of him. Watson will not get a first down. It'll be 4th and 1. And the Jaguars go for it. Pitch out. Watson. Watson's got the edge sealed. Watson gets out of bounds at the 24 and sets up a makeable Davis Little field goal. But we will go for another play to the end zone and dropped. Brennan Jenkins had that one. And instead, now we will settle for the field goal. Little's kick is up and it is good to end this half. So a pretty low scoring half for us, especially for Louisiana. With all the success they had, to only walk away with 6 points is pretty underwhelming. $125 for Duke Watson, 1 touchdown and averaging 15 yards a carry. The thing is, he's doing this on such a low volume. Barry Sanders' record definitely becoming relevant now. We might actually be able to catch that, it seems. The touchdown record seems a bit tough, but then he has a 6 touchdown game and it's like, oh, he actually could break that too. Now throwing this into the flats. It was an RPO flat for their tight end, Christian McIntyre. Second down and 3 at the 38. Throwing this one out. Intercepted! Intended for Jabari Smith. This time, Deuce Vance is awake and ready for it. He catches that one. That was so off target. First turnover of the game for the Cajuns. 17-6. Can the Jaguars pad that lead? Hand off to Watson, and that should have been thrown out into the flats to Godfrey. Now third and 15. Rivers drifting back. Rivers is sacked. And he just went too far back there. So now it's first and 10 for the Cajuns again. This one thrown out. Our first time calling Charles Robertson's name. He's got a 10-yard gain. Now third and 4. Roberts caught. And this is Jabari Smith, this time on target for him, down to the 42. Now third and 6 at midfield. Jake Roberts throwing this one out. That's caught. Wide open. Russell Babineau down inside the 35. And Roberts over 150 yards on the day now. Second down and 8. Roberts throwing this one out again into the flats for Barnes. And it's going nowhere. It'll be third and 7. So first time I feel like we've been really competent against the pass game. We do not manage to force the 4th down here, however. Nice catch for MacIntyre. And then a keeper, Jake Roberts to the outside. He'll get 9 yards on the run. Not necessarily a runner, but he does have some wheels on him. Now the handoff outside Barnes, and he might go into the end zone. No, he is met at the 2. So the defense holding strong. Now first and goal. Speed option with Barnes trailing him, and he'll get in. A really weird play design. I don't like that at all. And it nearly gets Barnes taken down for a loss. Ends up working out, however. Louisiana back on offense after a good defensive possession. And nice hit on Charles Robertson there. Second down and 8 at the 42. It's a play fake into the flats. Caught. And Babineau with a lot of space. He's down to 33. Jaguars defense is starting to fall apart at the wrong time. First and 10, play fake. No, keeper, read option it looks like. And how about this run? A 13-yarder for Jake Roberts. Third and 6 now. Roberts dropping back. Throwing this one up. One-on-one. Broken up. Good coverage. Taiwan Ray Jr. on the play. Now 4th and 6. They'll go for it. Really aggressive call here. I don't get this. And Roberts is hit down, so instead of walking away with 3, they walk away with 0. And there's still 11 minutes left in this game. Now a flip to Mbakwe, and he'll have an 8-yard gain on that run. It's now 3rd and 3. Toss out, Duke Watson. Watson's got the edge. Watson's got blocks. Watson hits the Jets, and he'll be gone. Nobody's gonna catch him. Duke Watson continuing his Heisman campaign. If he gets those blocks outside and they don't have depth at the safety position with good pursuit angles, it's going to be a score every single time. So back on offense, and this game, I would say that's arguably a 10-point swing for the Cajuns. 3rd and 5 now, throwing this out in the flats. Upended Barnes. Tywan Ray Jr. making some real big plays. And they punt on 4th and inches. Someone explain the Louisiana coach's play calling to me as, look at Milliner. Just breaking tackle after tackle. Now we go double stack in the middle of the field. 2nd down and 7. Rolling out, throwing this one. Out there, it's Mbakwe with the catch. 1st and 10 at the 22, so we move the sticks. Real nice throw, and great job by Mbakwe to get open. Now 1st and 10, throwing this one out to Jake Godfrey in the flats. Godfrey down to the 7. And we'll definitely try to take some air out of the ball on this. Handoff up the middle, Kenyon Clay, outside, touchdown. Kenyon Clay scores, and that should be the icing on the cake here in Louisiana. So 31-13. Might be the final chance of the Cajuns right here. Roberts outside, that one's broken up. Blaine Myrick in coverage. One of the best linebackers in the nation doing what he does. Now 2nd down and 10. And what is this? Tried to flip it. It looks like it got tipped off of Barnes' head. I'm not sure what that play was, but it gets intercepted by Dallas Young. One of the weirdest plays you'll see. And now we're back on offense. We're going to just run this clock out. Handoff up the middle, Kenyon Clay. We'll run the clock down to near zeros. RPO throwing the screen out to Jake Godfrey down to the 6. And we'll probably take this one down to the 2-minute warning. Now 4th and goal. RPO out, Jake Godfrey, and he's met at the goal line. Turnover on downs again in this game. And this would be the last chance for the Cajuns. 4th and 1, down 18. Keeper met by Blaine Myrick. That'll be the game. Roberts is taken down, and the Jaguars win again. 10-1 on the season, approaching the top 10. We're at number 13. Can we climb 3 spots? And can we solidify a college football playoffs appearance? I'm not even sure. If we made the Sun Belt Championship game, that might be enough. I'm not sure exactly how it works because you have at-large bids, and then you have, I think the number 1 group of 5 team gets in. So I'm not sure if we lost the championship game, would we still be ranked the number 1 group of 5 team? I'm not exactly sure how that works. I think if we win the championship, we're guaranteed in. But first, we're going to have to play the Arkansas State Red Wolves. And they are also battling. We could lose against the Red Wolves and not even make the championship game. 1 loss in conference could be all it takes to knock us out. In fact, that would be, as Arkansas State has 0 losses on their conference season. But overall, a really good game by South Alabama. I thought the defense was special in this one. They finally stepped it up through the air. Now, it wasn't exactly a high-powered passing attack we went against. Definitely more of a run game, as Duke Watson has set already a career rushing touchdowns record in his 1 season. Incredible stuff by the 3rd-year running back. RJ Moss sets the single season sacks record. He's been incredible too. Ansel Dinenba, I haven't mentioned this. Ansel Dinenba got hurt for the season in the Old Dominion game. It was something that I didn't really even see. I didn't even see the pop-up for it. And in editing, I noticed he was out. And so for these 2 games, he's out because he's done for the season. We lost our senior transfer, which means RJ Moss has had to step into his shoes and take over. And I'd say Moss has done more than enough in doing so. Last week, Watson had 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty pedestrian game for him, if I do say so myself. Rivers on 1st and 10. We're going to find Trent Thomas outside. He hangs on. That'll be 1st down. Now 2nd and 6 at the 37. Pitch out. Watson has some blocking. Watson cutting it inside. Run that out of bounds, young man. Preserve your legs. 1st and 10, RPO, and taken down. It was the right read, but that was well covered. 3rd and 11 for Rivers. Over the middle, finds Mbakwe, and Mbakwe moves the sticks. He has been so good since he's come back. I mean, I would be hard-pressed to choose who's our #1 receiver. And then throwing this out to Godfrey. Now, we had Duke Watson for a touchdown up the seam. Tom Brady would say, rip the seam. We did not do it, but that'll be a 5-yard gain on first down. Now 2nd and 5. At the 17, a flip play from the Wildcat. And Kenyon Clay will get this down inside the 10-yard line. So now 1st and goal. Throwing this out, bubble screen to Corey Milliner. Milliner jukes inside. He's down to the 4. 6-yard gain. Now 3rd and goal at the 4. Throwing this one out, Godfrey. And he's met at the goal line. Very similar to our first game. So Watson again in the Wildcat. And it's just a straight power up the middle touchdown. And that's the kind of stuff we set up. So the first play of the season we set up was a Wildcat reverse pass. Then we run the Wildcat jet touch pass. And then we run the Wildcat power. Now today we'll be seeing Jalen Rayner. Best quarterback in the Sun Belt. One of the best quarterbacks in the nation. As that first handoff is to Devin Spencer, who does everything for them. Devin Spencer breaking off a tackle down to the 36 as they run twice to start the game. Rayner has an arm and he has mobility. He is the complete package, and he'll show that on the first throw of the game for Gary Givens III. No more Corey Rucker for Arkansas State as he graduated, but they do have a decent trio of wide receivers replacing him. Mostly you'll see Jalen Rayner dominate on the ground though. Handoff again, Devin Spencer up the middle, and we just continue to struggle with these running backs. The only good thing is that we put these teams in a hole where they don't feel like they can run the ball as quickly. That's a 4-yard gain now for Spencer. 3rd and 6. And they have a tight end left, throwing this one out. That is broken up. Blaine Myrick, great coverage on Jaden Johnson. And they'll have to kick. Kick is up, and it is good. So Arkansas State puts 3 on the board. But Jaguars have to be happy with that one, a 7-3 lead. This kickoff going to Winston Malone, who will receive it at the 4. Malone's been pretty solid on returns this year, but Malone has a lane, and he might be gone. Kicker's not going to get him. Nobody's going to get him. Malone to the end zone, and he scores. Could that put him in the Jet Award conversations? I think so. Now 1st and 10 at the 19. Rayner now in an 11-point hole. Throwing this one out. Devin Spencer will have 4 and then gets upended. Taiwan Ray Jr. has been lighting people up. 2nd down and 6 over the middle. Caught. Another good play for Gary Givens III. And it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now 2nd down and 10. Handoff. Spencer. Some good blocking. That'll pick up 4. Now on 3rd and 6, I expect to see Jalen Rayner's legs. And instead it's a draw. Spencer met and will not get the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. And you know Arkansas State's going to go for it. 4th and 1. Handoff. And they don't get it. Blaine Myrick locking down on that drive. Handoff up the middle. Duke Watson will have 8 yards on that run. Now 3rd and 4 at the 37. Throwing this one out. Broken up, intended for Jake Godfrey. As we go to the 2nd quarter, we'll go for it. No kick. Pitch out. Watson cannot get the edge, and Arkansas State stops him. I've been mentioning that that toss does get stopped. It's not necessarily a money play. If they play it right and if they win their blocks, they can stop it pretty easily. And when you stop a toss, it's a loss. It's not just stopped at the line of scrimmage. As this 3rd and 4 is converted. That was Tyler Little with the catch. Now handoff. Spencer up the middle. Spencer running into a tackler though. RJ Moss getting off of his block. Now 3rd and 4. Rayner high snap draw. Spencer hurdles a man and has the first down. 10-yard gain. And it'll be 1st and 10. Red Wolves finally getting some offense going underneath them. Spencer now handoff and going nowhere. It'll be 3rd and 6. And Rayner with the dropback. We have not seen him run once today. Airing this out down the field, and it's caught. And he hasn't even really thrown the ball much. Now 3rd and goal to 3. Rayner to the end zone. Touchdown. That is Tyler Little with the score. And a very efficient drive for the Red Wolves. 8-3 on the season. The Red Wolves are also playing for potentially a ranking, as this would put them to 9-3. And again, this would have them in the Sun Belt Championship game. We do divisional based in the Sun Belt. And so in our division, Arkansas State would actually take the lead. 1st and 10 now. Handoff. Watson up the middle. Watson with some speed. Watson outrunning the defenders. He's gone. The things Duke Watson can do aren't human. We're talking about just a casual run up the middle, in between the guards even. And Watson just with some good blocking and his speed. Look at this play. Wow, Devin Spencer never saw that ball. Well behind him. Watson's incredible. 3rd and 6. Rayner over the middle. That is caught. Jaden Johnson down to midfield. Jaden Johnson still fighting down to the 47. Rayner over 100 yards now on the day. 2nd and 10. Rayner in the gun. And he's throwing this one again outside. And Jaden Johnson once again. Rayner not once using his legs. This is interesting. Now the play fake. Rayner through the air. Caught again. Gary Givens the 3rd down to the 21. 1st and 10. Spencer in motion. Throwing this one out into the corner. Caught Tyler Little. Now inside the 3. Handoff. Stopped for a 2-yard loss. That'll be 2nd down and goal. Rayner still in the pistol. To handoff. Spencer untouched in the end zone. Nobody there. Nobody home. As Spencer has had an excellent day. And the Red Wolves just refuse to go away, it seems. Back on offense once again. Handoff Kenyon Clay. That'll be a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 3 at the 28. Pitch out for Duke Watson. Cuts this one inside and he gains about 7. Now 2nd and 13. Handoff Watson and he's met in the backfield. Never had a chance. 3rd and 17. Rivers airing this one out. Broken up. Trying to get that to Jake Godfrey. No chance there either. So 21-17. Red Wolves with a chance to go ahead and take the lead even. Spencer getting tracked down outside by Blaine Myrick for a 4-yard gain. Now 3rd and 6. Rayner in the gun. Throwing this one. Caught. Again, it's Jaden Johnson. It's 1st and 10 at the 42. Now 2nd down and 10. Rayner. Again, Tyler Little up the seam. Where was the safety? 1st and 10 at the 29. Handoff up the middle. Spencer. Spencer with a beautiful block. A pancake block up the middle. He's got a 13-yard gain. Now 2nd and 4 at the 11. Play fake to Spencer. Rayner. Still not moving around. Almost intercepted by Wesley Miller. So it's 3rd and 4. Rayner in the pocket. Throwing this one touchdown. Wesley Miller's drop means that instead, Gary Givens the 3rd scores and the Red Wolves take the lead. 1st and 10 toss play for Duke Watson. Watson's got some blocking. Watson one man to beat. Watson racing him to the end zone. And he wins that one. Watson with a score. I will say some of these pursuit angles in this game have been really weak. I know the rating matters a lot, so maybe it's a really low pursuit rating, but still, I do think they could use a bit of a tuning on that, as we'll go into halftime with a 4-point lead off of Duke Watson's excellence, but that's been mostly it. I would not say our offense has been stellar this game, as the number 10 Jaguars lead their division opponent, the Red Wolves. 1st and 10 for Rayner, and he's sacked. Blaine Myrick on the LB blitz. Never fell for the play fakes, and it's a 7-yard loss. 3rd and 14 now for Rayner. And we finally see him move around a little bit. Throwing this one out, and it's short of a 1st down. That'll be 4th and inches, so they punt. 1st and 10. Crowd getting loud here at Arkansas State. That's a 5-yard loss. Great play on Duke Watson. Ryan Rivers dropped back on 2nd and 15. Hit as he throws, and he is down. Looks like his arm maybe took the hit there. In comes Jared Hollins. Number 7, Jared Hollins to the air. Godfrey, and intercepted. I saw what he was looking for. Godfrey was winning his crossing pattern, but the cornerback on the other side of the field had that soft squat, cloud flat responsibility. And this one tipped up off of Tyler Little's head, and he comes down with it somehow. 5-yard gain. 2nd and 5. Throwing this one again, Tyler Little. And he will pick up the 1st down. 1st and 10. Now 3rd and 3 at the 22. Again in this I formation. Handoff, Devin Spencer, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone. Red Wolves again take the lead. Arkansas State playing really hard today. You can see why they're the other best team in the Sun Belt. This might be the true championship game. 3rd and 17, Rivers drop back. Throwing this one has Milliner open and he drops it. A pretty decent throw, giving him a chance, and he just can't come down with it after the contact. Now Rayner hit as he throws, finds his target. It's Jaden Johnson again inside the 20. 2nd and 8 at the 15, pump fake, and then a throw to him. I like that. I really like the pump fake screen because it makes the defense sometimes think that, oh, this is a fake. They back off the guy. And then on 3rd and 7, hitting Gary Givens in the face, and he just doesn't catch it. So a field goal. 6-point lead now. Touchdown lead for Arkansas State. This time play fake, and then going to find him in the flats. It's Pater, or not Pater necessarily, but a first down for Duke Watson. Now 1st and 10 at the 28. Toss play on the other side of the field. We go field with Watson. And he cuts it inside. Breaks inside the 50 down to the 46. Watson having another one of those performances that just show he's the best player on the field. 2nd and 9. Rivers drop back. Throwing this one out to Mbakwe. Had Trent Thomas open, but how about the speedster outside instead down to the 18-yard line. Mbakwe will win every single route he runs if we have the time to throw it to him. We find out Rhino Tapa Tuatai is hurt on the play. That's going to definitely hurt our running chances, right? So we run it inside to the left now on a 7-yard gain. 4th and 1, man in motion. It's Mbakwe. Flip it to him. We've got the first down. And down inside the 3 now. We go to the 4th quarter. Handoff. Kenyon Clay untouched between the guard and the tackle. Touchdown. Power O for the score. And Kenyon Clay will put the Jaguars back on top. 2nd and 5. Rayner. This one underneath. And that's a 1st and 10. Caught by Tommy Marr. 1st and 10. Throwing this one. Tommy Marr. And that's going to be a 6-yard gain. We haven't really seen him much today at all. 2nd down and 4. Handoff Spencer, and he's got a first down. This offense continues to fight hard. 6-yard run for Spencer to the 42. 1st and 10. Now throwing it into the flats for Spencer. He's got some space. Can he outrun Wesley Miller? No, but he does have a first down. 300 yards passing on the day for Jalen Rayner. Still have not seen him run any options, really. Tyler Little now with an 8-yard catch. Now 3rd and 4. Red Wolves need this score bad. They are nearly in field goal range, and now they're out of it. Rayner sacked on the play. And that takes him out of field goal range. So Jaguars back on offense after the stop. It's a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 14. Rivers making some adjustments. Drops back. Drifts. Back inside the pocket. Throws it. Has a man open, and he overthrows Godfrey. He was so open. So the Jaguars punt it right back. 3 and out. And the Arkansas State Red Wolves have great field position with a chance to go ahead and take the lead. About a 5-yard gain on the first play. It'll be 3rd and 2 now at the 46. Handoff Spencer, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Waller flew in off the left edge, and we get the stop. And they punt it on 4th and 3. The decision making from the coaches and the AI in this episode has been baffling to say the least. 1st and 10 handoff. Look at the burst of speed from Watson getting out of that backfield. That's a 7-yard gain. Now 3rd and 1. 7 minutes remaining in this game. It's a play fake. Throwing this one open. Trent Thomas. Thomas with a block on the outside. Thomas might be gone. He's outrunning the linebacker, and he will score. Thomas with a beautiful flip into the end zone. Maybe he should be a gymnast. And the Jaguars might have just given themselves the cushion needed to win this game. 8-point lead. Now, it's still only a 1-score lead. Caldwell blowing up Spencer in the outside. It's 3rd and 5 now. 6.5 left in this game. This one underneath. Broken up. 4th and 5, and they punt again. So now Kenyon Clay with the run outside. He's going to have a big first down. He loses the ball, but it's recovered. Wow, Stanton Ramel may have just saved the game. Throwing this out in the flats. Jake Godfrey inside the 15, inside the 10. Another juke down to the 5. Godfrey with some moves. And a score here might just ice it. Watson, Wildcat, Watson, end zone, caught! Watson with the touchdown pass. And he's now had one through the ground, through the air, and through the air throwing it this season. Is he your Heisman? I think so. 1st and 10. This throw is an 8-yarder. Now playing behind 15 though, you have to score and you have to score fast. This throw to Gary Givens is a good start, down to the 33. Got to cover a lot of ground though, and you're going to need a 2-point conversion to boot. 2nd and 7, Rayner. This one's caught by Givens. It's a 4-yard gain, and they're going to have to hurry back up to the line. 3rd and 3 now, Rayner through the air, caught. Givens up, ended at the 47. He's over 100 yards receiving on the day now. Rayner at midfield, through the air, broken up for Wesley Miller. Nice play on the ball. 2nd and 10 now, Rayner. And he's throwing this into the flats, broken up again. This time on the outside, Taiwan Gray with the play. 3rd and 10 now, throwing this one out, caught. Tyler Little outside, bad coverage, and it's a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30. Rayner over the middle, that's caught. That'll be an 8-yard gain as we approach the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 2 after the 2-minute warning. Now throwing this through the air again. Gary Givens inside the 15. But we're going to let him keep having these in between the hashes because that means the clock continues to run. Now through the air again. This one caught on the move. Tommy Marr down to the 3, and they have to take a timeout. So that's exactly what we wanted to happen. 1st and goal at the 3. Rayner, touchdown. Gary Givens the 3rd. Puts this thing back within a 1-score advantage. The onside kick is recovered. Brennan Jenkins, and he falls down. Really heads up play. And that might just do it. 1 first down ends this game. Clay will get 6 on his first carry. Now 2nd down and 5. RPO out to Godfrey. This game is over. And we are going to our first Sun Belt Championship. The Jaguars are victorious. And in the top 10, I'm not sure a loss here is going to knock us out of the playoffs. I really don't know. 8-point win, really hard fought game. Watson not even having necessarily the biggest impact in this one. First half, yes. Second half, less so. 193 on the game. Still really good. I mean, I guess you can't discount his throw. Look at that duck. But Mbakwe coming up with it. What a special season for Duke Watson. I thought Kentrell Bullock was possibly the best running back we'd see in the series, and next season we top him. Both just so good for us, and they have elevated this program. 78 yards receiving for Godfrey, 54 for Mbakwe, 80 for Trent Thomas. Corey Miller, 2 catches for 13 yards. We've seen some games like that this year where we just haven't gotten Milner involved enough. The defense was pretty decent at times, but for the most part just wasn't good enough. And Blaine Myrick does win Player of the Week in the Sun Belt. I thought he was really good despite our defense being really bad. Duke Watson, your Offensive Player of the Week in the Sun Belt. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get him National Player of the Week. As we find out, we are taking on the Marshall Thundering Herd, number 20 in the nation. Okay, a top 20 showdown in the Sun Belt. So yeah, a loss here might not be enough to knock us out of the playoffs. Alex Trevino, the Mississippi native, commits from Jackson, Mississippi. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a like and a comment. It helps the algorithm. Have a good one. I will see you next time.